Shalom party people, and welcome to the 12th C. It is November 29, 2022, day 59 of 75 hard for me. We are 2 weeks and 2 days away from completion. 44 degrees this morning, so I was actually quite pleased that I didn't have to wear gloves and a whole bunch of extra winter gear for my run at 5 a.m. this morning. Did 3 miles in 25 minutes, and you know what? For all things considered, I'm actually proud of that time. I know we can shave some off. I would love to break 21 a couple of times before this is said and done, and it's gonna take, huffing and puffing and just saying, you know what, I can rest when I'm done and just run as fast as I can for 3 miles. Walking and stretching, photo gallon, 197.4 pounds. Peanut butter banana oatmeal for breakfast. Deer chili with rice, spinach, carrots, and hummus, and then no sugar added kettle cooked jalapeno chips. And then for dinner, I had shredded turkey, mashed potatoes, and peas. Did my Bible reading with Romans 14 through 1 Corinthians 7, and I did finish up the Jordan Peterson 12 More Rules for Life Beyond Order. Fantastic book, and I thoroughly intend to, I'm probably going to buy a copy in all honesty, because I borrowed this one from the library, and just like I said with extreme ownership, I think I want to be able to go through it and make my own notes and just take my sweet time and not be on a time crunch to go through it. I was a little ambitious and borrowing this one well before I got around to reading it, and so it was like, oh, crunch time, gotta go. But yeah, it is what it is. So it's Giving Tuesday, and I'm gonna, all props to my wife as a belated birthday present for me. She actually got me a t-shirt from Grindstone Ministries, which is on pre-order. It'll be in the mail eventually. Grindstone Ministries, I've plugged them a couple times. They're disaster relief and construction ministry, and then they also go and rescue victims of human sex trafficking, specifically children. And when they don't have a place to go, their affiliate Kaleb House, who's under the same group, but Kaleb House is specifically for exploited children who need a place to live. And it's one of the only programs that doesn't have a timetable on it in the United States. And the other thing is there's only about 430-ish beds for human trafficking victims, specifically children, where they can go. So that is a big deal. And when over 80,000 kids go missing every year, and there's only 400-something beds for restoration, there's a big disparity. So that t-shirt from Grindstone goes entirely to help fund Kaleb House. They don't even have the facility built yet, and they already have 24 plus kids in their care. I believe they just rescued a 6-year-old not that long ago. So this is something that is near and dear to my heart, is freeing the oppressed, is going in and rebuilding people who are so broken from atrocities that have happened to them. And Grindstone also, when they go in and they rescue kids, sometimes accidents happen and the perpetrators who are doing these awful things don't make it out alive. And I think that's awesome. So, regardless of semantics behind things, is they're actually doing something, and they're going and rescuing children, and then they're helping put them back together in this broken world. And if that's not worth your funds on Giving Tuesday, I don't know what is. But my wife actually bought a his and hers set, so that way we can both be repping those shirts. And I will put a link to Grindstone Ministries and Kaleb House, and specifically those shirts if you want to go check them out. They're pricey, but they're worth it, and it's because the entire proceeds of those shirts help go fund Kaleb House. They They just got denied a couple of grants that they had been applying for, and it's because they didn't meet the criteria that those grants were looking for. And so they're looking to raise some money to help build Kaleb House as quickly as possible in an efficient manner. The operating costs of keeping those 20 kids that are over 24 kids that they have in their care is very high, and it's something that when a whole bunch of us piece together our pennies, nickels, and dollars, is that they can really add up and make a huge difference. If you're not going to support Grindstone or Kaleb House, that's fine. I'm going to plug them because I like them, but I don't have, a qualm about someone who doesn't want to give to them. That's on you, what you do with your money. I do encourage you to find something that you believe in that is not selfish. And I do find that causes that are near and dear to your heart, give generously. Just throwing that out there. And this shouldn't be a one day a year thing. This should be something that we need to be content with living with less than what we are given. And we also need to be content with blessing people who need it. Hands up, hands out. There are situations for both. And I am a bigger believer in hands up, but at the same time, sometimes someone just needs a little bit of breathing room before they can get up. So I don't think Grindstone or Kaleb House is a hand out by any means. I think it's definitely a hand up. So go do hard things.